I wonder where she is now. Which
Wait.
ocean is she
Take a
now?
wild
So
guess.
before we
Yeah.
talk to her,
Yeah.
I just want to remind you for those movies that you've watched.
Hmm.
You've watched a lot of movie Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
You watch the live action of Little Mermaid.
Hmm.
Did you see how high the wave was?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
rip
waves can
curl.
get
And imagine that you live on a boat,
Yeah.
on a ship,
can't.
on daily basis.
Yeah.
That should be your daily problem.
Can't imagine.
Exactly, that's why you said you die.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah. Okay, let's ask to her. So let's welcome Ika Permatasari-Olsen. Hi, Ika.
Hi, Ika.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Are you somewhere in the middle of the ocean? Where are you? Whereabouts?
I'm exactly in Marseille, France. Right now, I just got back from my quite long and very hot in here, Saint-Tropez. So basically, I'm in the Mediterranean at the moment.
Oh,
Mediterranean.
sweet.
Marseille.
Is it cold now, or how is the temperature?
The temperature at the moment is, I woke up with 13 degrees today, and now it is like around 24 degrees. So I guess it's an okay temperature for me.
Not
After Norway,
bad.
below 25 is okay. After 25 for me, it is like boiling hot.
Yeah. So this is your home at the moment. What we're seeing right now, your background is your home.
Yeah, exactly. If I can zoom out, okay,
Wow.
probably
Look at
can't
you.
really see like the whole. This is just one side of my living room. In the boat, we call it saloon. So yeah, and here I am in my little home sweet home or floating home sweet home.
Oh,
Floating
lovely.
home sweet
Floating
home.
home sweet home.
That is very interesting. So we want to know the story behind you starting your journey. You know, living on a ship. What makes you, or what made you inspired to be navigating the ocean and living on a ship, floating?
Yeah. So actually, I do not have any background on the sailing or on the maritime before. And when I met my husband the first time, and he told me that he lived in a boat, and I was a little bit like, well, are you
What?
crazy?
Oh.
So how far now have you lived on a boat, Ika?
So I've been living in a boat for like 5 years now, and in February next year it's going to be 6 years.
Wow.
And I've been sailing for 13,000 nautical miles. So basically it is like halfway around the earth.
Halfway around.
Halfway around the
Wow.
earth. So,
Halfway.
what was the reason that have made you said yes to this adventure? Because as you heard our conversation, certainly we are not a maritime kind of people.
Yeah.
But what have made you said, okay, husband, yes.
Do you
do it.
did you need Antimo for the first trip
That
of
would
yours?
be
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes. So it
the
was
seasick.
actually, so after I sort of like thinking about around 1 year, okay, maybe this is the time for me to, try another way of or another lifestyle. So I agreed to go, and my first trip, it was from Barcelona to Mallorca. And I got like very, very bad seasick. I couldn't get up at all. And I told my husband that I think if, let's say, we didn't go to any harbor right now, I will fly back to Barcelona and go home.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's an ultimatum, I think.
Yeah, so it was a 30 hours long trip non-stop crossing the small ocean, and I was a little bit, okay, this is not the sailing that I was thinking, because I was thinking about sunset, sunrise, that golden sky.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it at all. So I was like, oh wow, I don't think that this is something for me. But I like to push myself, and I decided to give it a try. Maybe tomorrow is going to be better. And then the next sailing, and I decided to, okay, I can live with it, because I've been sort of like to those like many places that only can reach by boat, for instance. And I think, okay, this is why not?
Wow. So maybe you said maybe you couldn't live with it. Can you live without being in the sea right now? If somebody says to you, it's time to to quit that.
To get grounded.
Yeah. What about that?
Yeah, so in the past year, I think last year, I've been sort of like commuting from Oslo or Amsterdam and then to the boat. and I stayed in the apartment for around like 3 months. And believe you me, I got
Seasick.
land.
Land sick.
Land sick.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Unreal.
Land
Wow,
sick.
it changed her completely.
Yeah,
So kind of like I look like you know, the Captain Jack Sparrow that cannot really walk straight, and I was like, I think there is earthquake. And it was like,
That's a
I
nice
can
analogy.
imagine how you must be walking at the time. You're
Yeah.
walking like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Exactly. I was going to say that she's the Moana from Surabaya. right?
Probably.
So, Ika, what were, I'm sure you had challenges, you faced a lot of challenges. Can you tell us a little bit of the challenges that you faced when you were doing this in the last 5 years?
well, first thing first, I think the most challenging for me is my passport. I'm sorry to say,
Oh.
but, Indonesia is quite have quite not so strong passport. And the first year since I couldn't get the residency yet, so I came back here with my Schengen visa. And I met actually lots of Indonesians, lots of people, but then they sort of misunderstood, and they're thinking that you work in the boat, and I said no, I'm not working in the boat, and actually I got reported to the immigration, and they wanted to
No,
deport me.
you did not.
It was actually kind of funny story.
Oh, wow.
So then I said, it's like, I have all the documentation, luckily, and well, not luckily, but I prepared for that. And several times that many people are thinking, it's like, is this like some kind of human trafficking? I was, at one time, I was very pissed. Yeah, to this one immigration officer, I said, it's like, do I look like someone who is going to do human trafficking?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Unreal.
you know, things like that. It was like a mostly an everyday life. But I also can understand in where I sail right now with the very high, you know, those illegal immigrants from Africa crossing border and things like that.
All right.
Which very understandable.
Yeah, we're wondering, how is it like being in the sea all the time, right? And all the challenges. What was your memorable experience or maybe achievement, if you can remember one when you were out at sea? I mean, I can imagine the difference between, if you're in the middle of the sea, if you want some food like tahu campur, you can't order it online.
Yeah,
What about the Wi-Fi situation? Are you always updated?
Yeah, because that might be the huge problem for us these days as modern people. We are so well connected,
Yeah.
and we are dependent on internet and all sort of modern way of living. How had you adjusted to that?
Well, so it was quite hard for me, and that's why we decided to do the coastal sailing for the moment. And but in here, it is the signal is not the problem. Internet is not the problem since
Okay.
we have very good setup in the boat with our modem routers and things like that. So although like we are sort of 2 nautical miles or 3 nautical miles from the shore, we still get quite good connection. So I don't have problem for that. But of course, whenever we have to cross the ocean and there is no internet, at the beginning I was so worried because how about if, let's say, my mother sent me a message that you know how mother was like, where are you? Are you dying or something, right? But then it was like a learning experience for me that actually disconnected from social media for 1 or 2 times. It's okay. It is kind of like a healing process for you, so you do not really get you know all those negative effects on you. So it's a cleansing and detox from social media for me as well. So and at this point, I used to sort of like to go, you know, on a grab food and then just calling on my Shopee, you know. But nowadays it's like it's if, let's say, I cannot shop online, fine with me. If I don't need something, then I'm not gonna buy anything.
Oh, that's even better,
So-
right?
That's even better. You
Yeah,
really
my
cut down on
husband
a lot
called
of
me a very bad shopper, so
That's why he takes you to the sea, to stop you
right.
from all those.
He's a smart guy.
Smart
Yes,
guy.
he's a smart guy, this
But
guy.
Ika, also the whole thing about navigating a boat and also all this knowledge. Let's say with pilot, you got to have a certain license to fly a plane and stuff like that. But also with all the technicalities on the ship, on a boat, do you need a certain license to be able to operate a ship or a boat, although you're actually only, like, it's only both of you? Or let's say you don't need any license, but still you need the knowledge to operate and navigate. did you learn all that in a certain course, or learning it by doing, or how?
Both actually. It is a combination. So before I got my license, since my boat is now a Norwegian register, so we have to follow Norwegian rules on the ship.
Okay.
And there are two levels in the licensing in the boat. One is up to I can drive a boat up to 15 meters, and then I need a 3 years experience to be in that 15 meters boat or more to get the next license, which is I can drive a boat up to 24 meters, which I have. I have license from Norway to drive boat. And during the course, I also learned about, because there are so many markers and then lights that I have to sort of learn and remember, of course. And but for like a navigation part and things like that, it comes with the experience. So the more you're in the sea, and then you're gonna learn things, because sometimes many things it's not in the book, and you will just know it when after you experience it. So it's kind of like a combination thing.
Yeah, very, very well covered, pretty much. You know, just not living in the boat, but she's also driving the boat.
Navigate.
Navigating the boat.
That's
Good
true.
one. So now Ika, we want to know more about your activities, your involvement, because we know that you are into cleaning up beaches in and around Norway. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, when we were in Norway, it was during the COVID time, and we wanted to reach Svalbard that time, but then we were thinking about it since it's Corona time and everything. So we decided, and we met this NGO organization when we were in the harbor, and we talked a little bit, and we realizing that there are actually like quite many garbage that we found even whenever we were sailing. So we decided to join. I mean, why not? And so we volunteer our boat, and we volunteer us for like around a year, joining them, and we declined all kind of a payment, because for us it's kind of like part of giving back to society. You know, when else can we sort of like do something good for the society if not now? And so that is why we joined them for like over a year now, and actually we decided to chip in a little bit in the organization as a stakeholder for now.
So we're wondering, you're always out there, out at the sea. How do you earn money?
Now, that's the question.
Well, I'm still working right now. Luckily that it used to be before COVID. I couldn't, my company was doing a trial on the work from anywhere, fully remote that time. Yeah, that time I was sort of like, okay, so I want to join, but then I didn't get a 100% salary, and I was like, yeah, okay, I get 80%, so what, but I get to go around the world. And so that is one thing, but after COVID and everyone have to work from anywhere, and the company decided to, okay, so this is, we actually can do full remote job.
Thanks to the pandemic, so WFA is allowing for.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and both of us in the first 2 years of our sailing journey, actually, my husband was also still working, and he completely stopped during the pandemic. And so we got the pension money. I mean, not we, but he got the pension money. I got my salary, and we have like side hustles here and there. So that is how we earn money.
They
But-
survive.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm a traveler myself, but not really, by the sea and stuff like that. But what I learned from traveling is you get to see the world, and also it changes your point of view and stuff. But within your journey for the past 5 or 6 years, how have this journey changed the way you perceive things, and also the way you see the world?
Yeah. So it's kind of of 5 years I've been in the sea. I met lots of people. I met people from all kind of background. I mean, like whenever I'm here in the Mediterranean, I've been in Greece, I've been in Italy, and those countries like next to each other, but have totally different background and totally have different culture. And what can we do with it? It's their upbringing, it's their culture. So just deal with it and respect that the people are different and with different head, different way of thinking. So I think that is sort of like things that I really, you know, and I stopped comparing myself to other people. Oh, why other people can do that and I cannot do that? So, and each one have limitation. Everyone cannot do everything, you know. So I think that is like my biggest lesson whenever I'm, you know, in the sea. And also one thing, people in the sea tend to be sort of like very private individual. You may sort of like will not see people like next to each other and say like hi every morning and things like that.
Oh.
But whenever yeah, you know, and we don't do that. I mean, we want to be left alone, and it's because it is just the way it is.
Yeah.
But whenever we need help, they are sort of like gonna help you like all the way they can, and that is something that I also need to learn, that they just because you don't know each other, you don't know people, doesn't mean that whenever they need help, then you just ignore them.
All right. Well, Ika, thank you so much. You're the captain of the sea, and we wish you luck. And maybe, hopefully, you can cover the whole world. I mean, the globe. 'Cause you're already
I
halfway.
want to hear that next from you, that you've covered all over the globe.
Yeah.
You're halfway
Yeah,
there.
we are actually on our way there. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And come by at sea, okay? See you
Yeah,
today.
success.
See you today.
Thanks, Ika.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.
All right, so that was our conversation.
Fascinating.
Very inspiring.
Very.
And you know, before we went on air with Ika, we did ask about how about the food, and she said that we can actually catch fish and stuff
Fresh
like that,
catch.
and fresh catch. So, what is your favorite food at the sea? She said, so salmon, because you know she is Norway.
Norwegian, yeah.
She's Norway. Salmon and mango salsa. So good.
Please make me one, somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just
You?
one.
Would you like to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
As long as you can voucher me with some sangria.
Sangria. All right, so that was our conversation with Indonesian sailor Ika Permatasari-Olsen, who lived in the boat with her husband, who apparently got land sick instead of seasick.
land sick.
Yeah, so see, the stories will continue after the break. In the meantime, find us on our social media at See Today News. We are on Instagram, x.com, and YouTube. So stay here on See Today for more stories.